Hi everyone, I'm Julie with San Diego Voice and Accent, and in this video, you'll learn how to pronounce the OOR as in tour vowel. The OOR vowel is in the words tour, lure, and sometimes the word ewer. OOR. I just described the OOR sound as a vowel, and there's an R in that vowel. Isn't the R sound a consonant? Yes, but the R can function as a vowel depending on where it occurs in the word. When the R sound comes after a vowel in the same syllable, it is considered to be a vowel in that word. I discussed this concept in a previous video called the Introduction to R-Colored Vowels. And if you want more background information about the R-colored vowels, I recommend that you watch that video first. When you say OOR, you should feel movement in your lips, tongue, and jaw. OOR. Because the OOR vowel is made up of two sounds, the like in book vowel, and the R sound. OOR. OOR. You've probably noticed that the vowel in OOR doesn't sound like the pure vowel. This is because the R sound influences the way the vowel is pronounced. The lips round a little bit more in the OOR vowel than they do in the pure vowel. This is where these vowels get their name, R-colored vowels. The R sound influences the way the vowel is pronounced. Let's take a closer look at the OOR vowel by itself and in the word tour. To make the OOR vowel, the tongue is high in the mouth and pulled back slightly. The tongue tip is down, behind the bottom front teeth. The jaw is closed, and the lips are rounded and pushed away from the teeth. Then as you progress to the R sound, the tongue pulls back, and the sides of the tongue push against the inside of the upper back teeth or along the upper gum line. The lips relax slightly, but they remain in a pursed position or pushed away from the teeth. The jaw drops down slightly. Now you'll see OOR in the word tour. At the beginning of the vowel, the tongue is high and back in the mouth, with the tongue tipped down. The lips are rounded and are pushed away from the teeth. Then as you progress to the R sound, the tongue pulls up and back and pushes against the inside of the upper back teeth. The lips relax slightly, but remain pursed. The OOR vowel is a little different than the other R-colored vowels. Not all native speakers use the OOR vowel, at least not in the words that the dictionary says uses the OOR vowel. So there is more flexibility with how these words are pronounced. Let's take a quick look at a couple of examples. I'll start with the word tour. Tour. The way I've just pronounced tour definitely uses the OOR R-colored vowel. OOR. Tour. The online Cambridge Dictionary, Merriam-Webster Dictionary, and Dictionary.com also use the OOR R-colored vowel in their transcriptions. But you might hear some native speakers use the OR vowel, so it sounds like tour. I think tour with the OOR R-colored vowel is the most common pronunciation. Tour. Now let's look at the word ewer, the contraction for you are. This particular word can be pronounced as ewer using the OOR vowel, your using the OR vowel, or your using the unstressed vowel. I think the more common pronunciation is your, using the OR vowel, and that is how I pronounce this word, your. And if your is reduced, like it is in this sentence, I think you're right. Then native speakers use the vowel, so it sounds like your, These examples show that there is a lot of variability with how native speakers pronounce words that are transcribed with the OOR vowel, like these words here. Personally, I pronounce these words as tour, tourist, lure, your or your, and Europe. Here are some practice words and sentences using the OOR R-colored vowel. Tour, OOR, tour. Let's take a tour of the city. Tourist, OOR, tourist. This restaurant is a tourist trap. Let's get out of here. Lure, OOR, lure. The company hoped to lure in customers with its annual sale. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know how I can help you with the OOR R-colored vowel.